How's it going? So if you're watching this video, I made another video that you can watch here about Codepen. So I thought in this one I'd take a little bit more of an in-depth look and actually build something with the software. Because of that, I'm actually going to be speaking to you mainly from inside the screen, so let's get over to the computer and take it away.
Okay, so what we have here is the search input with a button inside of it that when you click it, it runs a function. In this case, I've just given it the on-click of test button and it just calls this JavaScript function. But just to explain a little bit of how I built this. So itself is wrapped by a container that has a position of relative and a display of flex. So it basically means that anything inside of it is in the flex model, basically. And then obviously I have two divs, one with the search input and one with the search button. So the search input is a div that holds this search input, and the div button is the one that holds this, which is using a font awesome icon. So the search input div that sits inside of the container has a position of absolute, so it can't actually move anywhere. It has a max width of 180 and it sits on a z index of 1. So I also gave the input field itself a width of 180. So basically the width of the container and the width of the input field are exactly the same, just making sure the input field doesn't go off on either side. But then the real sort of magic happens on the div that holds the search button. I also give that a position of relative and I set the z index of it to 2. So it basically sits on top of the search div and it can move left and right in that div or on top of that div. So then it's just basically messing with the width, the margins on each side and the top, just to get it positioned where you want it and giving it a cursor type of a pointer. So when obviously a user hovers over it, the UI, the UX side of things just initially gives them that thing of, oh, this is a clickable button. So in theory, I could type in my search term and click that, and I've basically got a button inside of a search input.
So as you can see, obviously using Codepen has a load of practical uses, and if you need the code from this pen, I've linked it in the description down below. Thank you all again for everybody that has subscribed up to this point. If you haven't already subscribed, then please go ahead and click the subscription below, or I'm sure there's something around my head right now where you can click. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you around next time.